Hi, beloved. It is Monday. The sun is shining. It's October 28th, and I always like to give the date in the beginning of my videos so you know what day and what date it is when I recorded each video. Now, as promised, I have some amazing testimonies that will lift your spirits and encourage you today. God is good all the time. He's not a part-time God. He's not good sometime. Amen? He's good all the time. Let me share with you, number one. I got two testimonies. The second one is going to be regarding my situation, my own personal situation that I have been dealing with the car that I saved up to get. I got it home in front of the house and it wouldn't start. We're going to talk about how good God is with that. But first, now I don't remember, it's hard for me to remember if I mentioned this on YouTube, but I believe it was a few weeks ago over at our live broadcast at Tiny Chat. I asked that we lift up a person that I personally know in prayer for what they were facing. Now, this person was a veteran. He was a gunner, and he seen action in Iraq. And he was traumatized by the killing that took place during that senseless war. And he had post-traumatic stress syndrome. He came home and he would have the flashbacks, and he was having a very difficult time. And I asked that everyone lift him up in prayer, because at the time that we had prayed for him, he was in the hospital. He had made an attempt on his own life. He attempted suicide. Well, the good news, he recovered from that, and he went back home. But he was not well. Before he could get to the help that he needed, he made a second attempt on his life. He attempted suicide the second time. This time the police, every time a situation like that arises, the police get involved. The police came, and while they were treating him in the emergency room, I guess his heart had stopped 2 times. The police found out that he had an outstanding warrant for his arrest. Well, for the second time, through the intervention of Yahweh, Father God, and his loving, healing hands, and guiding the doctors, they were able to save his life. But, of course, once he recovered, the police were there and they arrested him and they put him in jail. And I believe it was a Friday. He spent Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 3 days, in a jail cell waiting for his court date on Monday morning for an outstanding warrant. He couldn't remember. You got to remember how traumatized he was from what he had seen being a gunner in the war, that senseless war. He couldn't understand what the outstanding warrant was. Now, his mother, his dear mother, who I know well and Christy knows, has been trying to reach him, to get him to come, to accept Yeshua, to accept Jesus, that precious gift of salvation, but to no avail. While he spent 3 days in that jail cell, one of the police officers or guard gave him a Bible and started to minister to him. And he couldn't put the Bible down. For 3 days he read the Bible without ceasing. He couldn't put that Bible down. And it was Sunday evening that he had had enough. And he cried out. He repented of his sins and asked for forgiveness. And he cried out for Jesus to save him. Well, are you ready for this? They came, they let him out of the cell, they took him to the courtroom in front of the judge, and the judge says, "Sir, I have no idea why you were arrested. I have no idea why you are here. There's been a mistake. The police officers made a mistake. You have no outstanding warrant. You have no warrant at all for your arrest." And they sent him home. And today he is praising God and rejoicing. Amazing. You see how God works? You see how good God is? The second, I'm getting emotional. The second testimony is my own. You know the struggles that I've been having. I saved up all year to get a used car so I could work my ministry, get around to Flint and Detroit, and in the inner city. You don't have to ride my motorcycle getting cold out. And I got the vehicle home, and it cut off in front of the house. Come to find out, the timing chain had broke. I didn't have any money. I needed $600. I had someone that was going to fix it, and the fee was $600. Well, Yahweh, through all of you, Yahweh provided the means for me to have the repairs done so I could continue my ministry. Well, I got a phone call. I had a guy pick up the car, and he said, "I need you to come down here." I got a ride down there, and when he got the engine apart, I guess the valves, when the timing chain broke, it bent the valves and it damaged one of the pistons. And he told me, "I've already gone this far. You gave me $600 for it. The engine alone, your engine is gone. You're going to need so much more money. Another $1,000 or two to have an engine put in this car." But he said, "You know what? I've got a truck over here. You gave me $600, and I can't fix your car." I was asking a lot more. It's an older truck. It's a 1998 Chevy Blazer, full-size Blazer, 4-wheel drive with a tow package on it. God is good all the time. He handed me the keys to that truck. I hope this has encouraged you. Always keep your faith. God is good all the time. God bless you.